Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Harbor Chill. At the end of the last video, I mentioned I will show you some tips and tricks for playing ranked battles and the clan battles, and that's what I'm gonna do for this video. So over the last 3.5 years since I joined the game, I have been fairly active in playing ranked battles. So I played 3,800 ranked battles at 51% win rate, which doesn't sound that good. But a lot of this were I was just grinding out tech tree battles, tech tree ships. I'd say for the ships I'm relatively good at, I can fairly consistently get a like 55% or even higher win rate. So for Lucian, I play 310 games at 57% win rate. Um, and also say like the another ship I usually use is a Småland. I didn't play near as much, but 53 games, 62% win rate. Also, I use like a Cossack and the Edinburgh, those ships fairly often, and with a kind of okay win rate as well. See, 59% for Neptune out of 46 games. So I would say my ranked skills are uh, certainly not the best. I've seen way better players, but I can consider myself as a decent player, probably slightly above average. And if you look at my seasonal performance, I have beaten Browse League 15 times for the last 3 years. Silver beaten silver 6 times and beaten gold 1 time. I do feel it's fairly hard to rank out of gold because if you look at how many wins you had to, um, how many wins you need to rank out of gold, I mean that's like probably 30 give and take stars. It's hard for me to find so much time to play within a season. But yeah, it probably taught a lot about my experience in rank. Just so I'm an active player in ranked. I have learned a lot of lessons. Some are in the easy way, some are in the hard ways. So I'm more than happy to share some of those tips and tricks with you. For this specific season, I have already ranked out of Browse and qualified for silver in the first sprint, which was just finished yesterday. So this video is recorded on this part of the video is recorded on Wednesday, and so in terms of my performance for the last sprint, so overall 54% win rate out of 94 games, and the shape I played the most. One is Cossack. It pretty much got me to tier like a rank 5 of Browse, and then I was stuck there like moving back and forth. I switched to another ship which is Gambia, and I got a like 9 out of 10 win rate, which was pretty good, and this helped me rank out of Browse fairly quickly. And this is the shape I want to talk about today. Um, how I used it to rank out Browse. So let's take a look at the ship. It is a tier 7 Commonwealth ship. So what it is good about it is a smoke farmer with a heal, which is pretty good. And I like it more than Fiji because Fiji only has AP and Gambia has both AP and HE. So in terms of the ship itself, it does look a lot similar to Fiji and Edinburgh than to British light cruiser line. Even the armor plating, the kind of armor thickness is fairly similar, which means it doesn't have much protection from the broadside, which is what you need to be careful about. But it has several strengths. One of them is the short burst smoke, which are considered to be one of the best because you can get in and get out of smoke fairly easily. It also has a heal, which I feel is slightly better than Belfast. Belfast is very strong with the radar, but it does not have a heal, so that's the downside. And if you look at ship parameters, it has 12 152 guns. So these guns will be very good against the DDs if you can land your shells on them. And you're gonna see that in the game replay I'm gonna show for the second half of the video. And if you keep going, it also has Tor, but which is pretty kind of regular, nothing too special over there. And in terms of maneuverability, 33 knots, which is good, not the best, but good enough. Concealment-wise, it is 10.6, so roughly around the same as Belfast, slightly worse than Fiji and Edinburgh, if I remember correctly. In terms of the ship build, these are the upgrade I use. Basically, armament mod 1, engine protection mod 1, and aiming system mod 1, and the steering gear mod 1. Here is the commander build. So I have a 19-point commander. This is from the Brisbane event. You could either get the commander for free or get the ship Brisbane for free. So I chose the commander because I want to have the special voiceover. And these are the builds. So I used the 16 out of the 19 points. If I have all the rest of the points, so I would have 5 more. One option is to use the IFHE. So if you look at the metal plating, the penetrating capability, it's a 25 mils. With a 25% increase, then we'll get to like 30, 31, 32. So that can pen the superstructure for some of the BBs. So this would be a decent option. Another option would be for this, which can increase your HE damage. But you see here, you're gonna sacrifice a 15% ship detection because the main caliber here is 152, which is above the 149 threshold. So if I choose that, I would choose probably one of the one-pointers to compensate that. Or if I use like a top-grade gunner, I think that's probably less ideal because your detection is 10 kilometers. How likely are enemy ships getting to like 10 kilometers of your firing range? Well, I mean, I definitely would imagine DDs would be there, but I would say this skill is very situational. Okay, with that being said, the second half of the video I will replay one of the games from those 10 games I played in Browse. One of those 10 games that helped me quickly rank out of Browse. So here's the game. You can see my team has Hughes, Laterable, which are 2 good DDs, and then Colorado and Anhalt, which I usually wouldn't choose for ranked battles. On the flip side, Massachusetts is pretty good BB for ranked battle. D7 can be good. Atlanta is a bit situational depending on the player. Cossack can be a super good DD for ranked battles. Now back to the game. So our team is heading towards B and C, and we're trying to gauge where the opposition team could be. And one thing you're going to notice early on in this game is you see the Colorado here at the bottom is heading towards A, while the BBs are heading towards the DDs are heading towards BC. This is kind of a risky move because if their DD is charging into A, they're gonna outspout the Colorado fairly easily, and the Colorado, without any protection from the DDs, will be outspotted and probably be farmed at. So that's something I would caution people for their early game setup. Now my 2 DDs are starting to, one of them is starting to cap B, the other is heading towards C. And now you see that Scharnhorst is heading towards A, and you start seeing cap A and C being capped. So the two BBs is an indication of also like where their DD is heading, and actually put our Colorado into a bad spot. And in this game, since I mentioned Gambia is pretty vulnerable on the broadside, so I try to stay behind the island, try to protect my broadside, and I'm backing off so they wouldn't see me from the the area between the two islands, and I'm trying to get a sense where their DD gonna appear. Oh, my teammate is complaining what the fuck is the lineup team, so probably he's not happy with some of the ship choices. Our team. See, I was briefly spotted, and then no longer spotted. That probably means their DD, it just went through kind of the area behind the two islands, and now the Shard House is pushing. I think my DD Hughes here did a pretty good job. He knows Colorado is exposed, so trying to kind of cut in to interfere any rush from their DD. But the Colorado, as you're soon gonna see, is in a bad position. He should really have kited away, as I mentioned in the chat box, but he didn't, and you're gonna soon see him paying for the kind of this choice. And see that DD there just show up behind the island. That's exactly what I predicted, and I'm trying to shoot the BB. Sorry, shoot the Shard House. And you see my Colorado has already lost half of its health. Still trying to use the island to hide myself and shoot at the Shard House as I can. So Shard House has lost maybe like a third of his health, and since it started to get out of that island cover, I smoke up so it wouldn't spot me. Continue to farm. I see my Colorado sunk because they also have a D7 flanking probably behind the Shard House, and the DD in between those two islands there. They might Hughes on the run, and also the other DD is camping the maid cap. See, that's the DD over there. And I had 6 salvos on him. So see, when I was backing off, trying to stay away from the Shard House, I always have to pay attention to what's on the broadside, because if I'm backing too much, you saw there's a Massachusetts within B, I can get Citadel over there. And they have at least 3 or 4 ships that's focusing on me. Now I need to start pushing forward because the Massachusetts now has a firing angle on me. It made a mistake because it was firing HE. If he was using AP, I could get Citadel pretty badly. And now you can see the kind of the value of my position, which is kind of to serve as a choke point for any ship pushing towards my direction. So you can see Shard House is over there, and I'm almost getting him. It's burning out, but now you see D7 is right behind him. So now D7 is pushing towards my direction. I'm trying to bow in, so D7 doesn't have a shot on my broadside, and still continue to try to hold the position for as long as possible. Now D7 is pushing my way. See, and then you see from the minimap, then Cossack showed up. So I know Cossack could also be launching torps at me. And now I almost like stop backing off and start pushing forward. And you see that the Massachusetts there it's pushing to have a firing angle against me. So that's another reason I need to keep pushing forward. Now I'm basically kind of trying to survive from 3 ships at the same time. Now I'm in a duel with this D7 and use the island to block off the firing angle of the other 2 ships. And I predicted D7 gonna ball in, so that's how I angled my torp, and 2 of the torps hit him, and then D7 is dead. You see, the DD, the Massachusetts, and the D7, and even Scharnhorst, those 4 ships, they all try to kind of kill me at different time. So I draw a lot of attention from them away from my team members. That is the strategic value for keeping at this choke point and create some rooms for your teammates. And this Cossack here definitely didn't realize I was in the smoke waiting for him. He was trying to run away from either Hughes or my other teammates. And then I had 1 round of salvo to delay the 1/3 of his health and killed him. Now they only have Massachusetts left by himself. It's pretty much an easy win for now. And my team members sunk in pretty quickly afterwards. Okay, so that is the win.
And this is only the beginning of our legend.
So look at our performance in this game. So 500,000 credit. I was using I think it's like a green booster there. And in terms of base XP, I'm the highest. So this is probably the game that get me into Ranked 2. The Hughes was also pretty good. If you recall his performance, there are a few points where he was really solid. First of all, he was aware of Colorado just by himself, and they tried to cut in to interfere with their DD rush. So that was a good move. Also, Hughes made a few good runs, try to stay away from the Scharnhorst, but also keep his presence so Scharnhorst cannot fully focus on myself. And the Bismarck, I was not quite paying attention to that front. But you see the Anhalt and Colorado are kind of the 2 lowest experienced ships in this game, which I was not too surprised, as Colorado, you see, it didn't really do much before it got sunk by the Scharnhorst and the D7. That is the damage I have for each of the ships. So Cossack and the D7, the 2 ships are sunk. Scharnhorst, I took out a good percentage of damage away from him, and my base health, I think it's 36,000. So without those heals, I would be a dead fish already. Right? So this is my performance. And in terms of takeaways, I think this in this game, if you watch it through, there are 2 takeaways I think that'll be valuable for players playing this ship. One is to always be aware of your broadside. So in the game, you probably have seen I keep watching what could be behind the island I was hiding. Okay, so the Massachusetts tried to flank me a few times, Cossack tried to flank me a few times and torqued me like right in front of me. If I get out of the island cover, I would have eaten several of those torps already. Right? So the first takeaway is if you find the island to hide behind it, always try to be aware of what is around you so you don't get broadsided or eaten torps. The second takeaway is really try to fulfill your strategic value. So if you remember the map, I was sitting behind an island behind A and B, and pretty much more than half of the team was engaging with me at one point. So Scharnhorst first, then D7 and then Cossack and then Massachusetts. I drew a lot of attention from them and continued to farm them within the smoke or behind the island. So then they will always act as a kind of strategic choke point that the other side cannot ignore. So the more they try to get rid of me, the more they try to sink me, the more attention I would draw them away from my team members, which would create a room for them to shoot at those ships. So basically hold my position, be aware of the ships around me, and try to hold for as long as I can. That by itself created a lot of strategic value for the entire team. So those are the two takeaways from this trip in this game. So that concludes this video. If you have any comments, please let me know. If you like the video, drop a like and subscribe. That will really help my channel tremendously. And in the next video, I will replay another game in Gambia, just show you how to play this ship consistently. I mean, by saying consistently, I'm not saying you can get 90% win rate. I would even say I cannot sustain a 90% win rate in any ship. The more games I play, probably will fall down to like 55 give and take percent win rate. But regardless of the win rate, if you follow some simple principles given the ship's condition, you can deliver some consistent result. So thank you for watching the video again, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.